Hi guys. So I come across this post that pretty much says, is it me or Sony be making their lead female protagonist look masculine as possible? Hell, barely no curves or rough non-feminine features, unlike the average woman, like The Last of Us 2's Ellie. Just saying, hashtag my 2 cents, pick from the game on the left, fanmade on right, higher fans LOL. This post is from a Twitter user named Apex Alpha, and it goes without saying that he prefers a more feminized version of the main character, Aloy, from the game Horizon Zero Dawn, rather than Sony's apparently masculine looking version of Aloy. Now, this isn't a personal attack against Apex Alpha because he's already receiving death threats, and I'm personally against any form of wishing death on someone over a post. 2020 already had enough deaths that we can count, so I prefer we avoid the subject of death in any disagreement. So I understand many are upset about the post, but taking any opposing viewpoint to a degree of wishing death on someone is way too far. And I shouldn't even have to say that, but I doubt that it'll ever stop. This, well obviously, is focusing more on the post itself and why I feel Apex was wrong in this post. While I can understand what he's saying, and he's of course entitled to that opinion, I don't think he sees the meaning it communicates to other women with feminine features that aren't as stereotyped as the fan-made Aloy version. And I'd also like to add that the feminized version of Aloy was a satire, intending to be less political since political correction always seems to be a big important deal, especially in our internet culture. The post, to my interpretation, seemed to be poking fun at the people who look at certain characters in the medium and believe that because they don't fit the standard that females are expected to in admittedly male-dominated society. So the context and intent is at odds with Apex's intent with the post anyway, which means that Apex is already falling into the category of the people the post was satirizing. Now, Apex does give an understandable example of what he prefers aside from the fan-made post. He referenced Ellie from The Last of Us 2 as a feminized preference of what he wants also. Now at the same time, I'm not fully convinced with this comparison at all. To hopefully support my argument, I did a side-by-side comparison between Aloy and Ellie using angles that one would assume would make them look less feminine, and also use angles that will make them look more feminine. Now I want to ask this as you're looking at this post. Would one complain that either look less feminine or more feminine without really understanding that certain angles can temporarily change someone's facial appearance? But what I'm trying to say is, angles and facial expressions generally matter. I personally wouldn't rule out a female character's face looking less feminine or otherwise by a single image and generalizing what a feminine face should or shouldn't look like. If I was to take 2 selfies and put them side by side with opposing angles, and if you shaved, my beard or goatee or whatever, there would still be no issue that I lack masculine features, and therefore I need to look more masculine. I mean, I'm just a pretty guy, what can I say? Now, you see, I don't see any real issue with Aloy's face in the original post anyway, considering that there are various types of women with feminine features that lack the central standard. There are women that are literally sacrificing their own naturalization to reach those standards, so it's already condescending enough of a statement to say that Aloy's face already looks masculine when it really doesn't. And to support this argument, I was given permission by a couple of lovely ladies to use their pictures as examples of non-standard mainstream feminine faces. Now, to compare them to Aloy's, and what I can say right now is that I see 3 women with clear feminine features. If you were to angle their faces, then there might be a hot quick difference, but I would never call their faces anything less than feminine. Now, I've never played the Horizon Zero Dawn game or whatever, and considering the concept, it's just not something that I'm interested in. It's not my demographic appeal. But the one thing that I'll address is the context. Who in God's name would put makeup on in the apocalypse, especially when the human race has gone to starting over again? Her supposed masculine look doesn't make any sense, right? Now let's look at a justified feminized looking character. Bayonetta. Now the reason Bayonetta gets a pass is because she flaunts her femininity in an empowering, dominating manner. She uses her sexiness as a weapon to insult and overpower her enemies. So Kamiya intentionally sexualized her as it was a part of her character, not because people complained that she looked too masculine in an original design that we never saw. And I would like to also add that the designer of Bayonetta was by a woman, and one of the art designers of the Horizon game was a woman. Like and subscribe to her channel. So my point in all of this is that posts like this will be seen by the targeted demographic, which in this case are women. Feminine features on a woman are astronomical, and we need to understand that there are women that play games with characters that look like this and project themselves into their shoes when they play it. So to say that she needs to be more stereotyped with feminine features kind of hurts women that don't look like that appreciate a character like Aloy's design. She looks natural, and in my opinion, she's gorgeous. By that logic, I guess Mario needs a six-pack abs and a defining jawline? And lastly, to Apex. I don't agree with your post, but I don't agree to the overwhelming death threats that you've been given, and I respect your choice to protect your Twitter. But sometimes we have to learn that the things that you say pertaining to a specific sensitive topic will mean different things to different people. And from my experience, it's to understand that backlash of that degree is to be expected. And I hope that this dies down and that you learn from this experience. And to everyone else, peace out and stay safe.